Hey everyone, um, I'm going to input a quiz on Schoology from a Word document, and figured this video may help some of you all out. I'm sure that there are more efficient ways to do this, but this is the only way I know how to do it. So um, follow along if you would like. There are several steps, um, so you may need to pause or jot a few things down. But once you get the hang of it, it can be pretty quick, and I could do a 100 question test in Schoology in 10 minutes. So it takes a little bit of time to get used to. The first thing you'll need to do with your Word document is set up the format like I have it here. So you want to kind of have your title at the top. Below that, type out multiple choice. And then after each question, you'll put ANS colon with the answer. And so you'll put your answer key within the document, as you can see here. Once you have your Word document set up in this format, you should be good. You can always check if you click on like the number, and that for some reason it's not doing that with that one. It should select them all, but I'm confident that this will work. So you have the format set up like this. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to save this to your desktop. So go to File, Save As, Browse, find your desktop over here, and then you're going to want to save it. If you do the Save As type, change it to a rich text format and click Save. Once you've done that, you can just close out of the document. And then down here in your search bar, type in exam view, and you want to click, there's lots of different types of exam view. You first will click import utility. Give that a second to load. All right, click next. You'll notice right here in the middle, it makes it difficult for you. There's this little folder in between the two white boxes. Select that folder, click that little button, and then scroll up to where it says desktop. Just highlight desktop and click select. It then will pull up some different things in your desktop here. You find what you just saved. So I just saved quiz 25 version 2. Select that or highlight it and then click select. It'll then populate at this bottom box. Click next a bunch of times. Next, 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 finish. It says it already exists because I already did this to, I'm doing it again to record. So it already exists, but for you, it should just populate. And to make sure that it worked, you want to make sure right here it says total questions 15 multiple choice. And so if you had a 50-question test, make sure that they all populate. It'll say import completed. And once it says import completed, you just exit out. You then are going to go back to this search bar, type in exam view again, only this time click test generator. Let it load. Okay, bottom right box, open an existing question bank. Select that. And it might automatically populate for you right when you get into it. Mine did. It's right here. However, if yours doesn't, and I have had it not populate before, kind of the trail that you will follow, the folders that you'll have to select. I'm going to kind of open it up here. If you see at my screen, you may have to go to Windows C, then Program Files x86, then E Instruction, then Exam View, then Banks. And I know that's really annoying, so I literally just have a post-it on my desk to help remind me which folders I have to open. Hopefully yours automatically defaults to the Banks folder, but if not, again, you'll find it by going through this big string of folders right here, and I just have it written down because it's confusing. Find the quiz that you just imported. So here's mine, quiz 26 version 2. Click open. And as soon as you get this screen, it'll populate. You'll go up to the top left, file, and then export Blackboard 7.1. File name, I just do quiz 26. Save. And then I just quickly do quiz 26 for all of these and click OK. Now I'm done and I can exit out of this. That's the first part. Go to Schoology. Go to your class. So I'm going to put this quiz in this folder down here. All right, if you go to Add Materials and Add Test or Quiz, you'll create the name of the quiz, quiz 26. You can do the due date if you'd like, select ungraded, leave everything else as is. I don't even put a due date because then it'll, if I decide to use the same quiz next year, it will say that it's past the due date, so I always just leave that blank. You don't have to change this if you don't use the gradebook in Schoology, and I don't. Hit create. Now, this will open up your quiz, click add question, and then import test/quiz. Select that, Blackboard 7.1, hit next, and it's hidden. It's this little tiny icon. Click on that. Should open it up. And then here it is again that you'll have to find. So C, program files x86, E instruction, exam view, banks. So that's what I'm talking about, that annoying, all that stuff you need to click on. And then here it is, quiz 26. Hit open, hit import, and there it is. All my questions are there. All of the, if I look at just this one question, for example, I could open it up and here it is with the different multiple choice options. It has the correct option highlighted, and so you're good to go. As far as settings, I'll just kind of tell you what I do, but you can do whatever you'd like. Submissions, I always hit enable. You can enable it from certain times, open from this time until another time. Time limit for AP, I always time my quizzes. You can decide if you want unlimited attempts or one attempt, that's all up to you. I always randomize the order. I don't use page breaks because it's more opportunities for the screen to freeze. I always select no for question review, another opportunity for the screen to freeze. Resumable is straightforward if you want them to be able to back out or not. And then there's 3 options for view submission. No, when they hit submit, they'll be done. They won't know what they got. The quiz is over. If you hit yes, then when they hit submit, it'll tell them how many questions they got correct, but they won't have any more information. So it'll say you got a 12 out of 15. And then yes with correct answers, it would obviously show them all of the answers and what the correct answers are. I always select yes. They know what they got, but they don't know what the right answers are, so they can't tell their friends. Hit save changes. And I'm just going to show you one last thing. So now my quiz is all ready to go. The last thing over here on the left-hand side, it'll say Lockdown Browser. If you select Lockdown Browser, you can then go and you can find your quiz. I've got a bunch of them up here. Here's the quiz I just created. Bring the drop-down box to Settings, hit Require. Don't have to do advanced settings. Hit Save and Close. Now the lockdown browser is required, meaning when they take the quiz, they can't have the internet open and look up other things. And you should be all set. Your quiz is ready to then be published and pushed out to any other classes that you might want to have take it. So I hope that was helpful. Some of you probably think that's the dumbest way to do that. There's a much, much easier way. If that's the case, let me know, because this is the way I do it. Good luck.